Oof. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Easy Things to Draw, and today I kind of want to talk to you about a quick thing. Really kind of quick thing. It's just that something that I hear a lot, and it has to do with so basically people were talking about how do you get rid of the issue with shaky hands. You know what I mean? If you're pulling something, and sometimes you're pulling a stroke, and it's naturally shaky. What is wrong with this pen? You know what I mean? You got that kind of wiggliness to your lines, and how do you get rid of that, right? So I want to make this video really quick. I thought it was a topic that's come up so much that I thought it deserved its own video, and not just kind of something that I say and passerbys. So a lot of that has to do with dexterity in your hand, and it has to do with, honestly, it's just kind of if you say that, and this is gonna be kind of harsh, if that happens to you, that's a sign that you should be drawing more often. You know what I mean? Because it's a very, very beginner thing. That's like saying, like when you first start running and you tell someone, hey, I got the shin splits. Oh my god, the shin splits. That's where the shin hurts like crazy. That's a beginner thing. It's a very beginner thing. And that's the way I think that with the shaky hand thing. The shaky hand thing is a very beginner's problem. So the only way to get rid of that is to do more drawing, honestly. Do way, way more drawing. Improve your dexterity. I've gave a few exercises before in the past how to improve your pen control. I would either look at those, and I'll go over a couple really quick. The ones that I go through a lot is I'll make circles, just kind of circles all over the paper. You know what I mean? Because a lot of that stuff, when you're struggling, would be kind of like that. When you draw like an arm or something like that, and you're trying to pull this curve, it's always a curve, right? You're trying to pull a curve, and you're trying to figure out whether, and just when you do that, you're overthinking it, and you're only overthinking it because you don't pull that curve a lot. You know what I mean? That's where, again, your control has to come in. The control is only gained by drawing more. I don't care what you draw. You can draw circles, you can draw squares, you can just draw shapes, and make them as clean as you can. I'm making it dark here, so that's why it's kind of messy, but for example, it's got to be a confident line, and the only way you're going to build confidence is by drawing more. You know what I mean? And a lot also it comes from what you're drawing. You know what I mean? If you know what you're drawing, that's kind of also a confidence builder as well. You can kind of shoot those lines like boom, boom. Let me kind of show you Let me see if I can show you another concept to this, another idea, and I'm going to do it with a marker too. Let me move this paper. I'm going to do it thick. So, for example, a non-confident line would look something like that. You know what I mean? You're kind of dragging it. Maybe you let it sit there for a second, and it drips. Didn't do it for that one, but normally there'll be like this kind of dripping thing going on, like shaky. It's like a shakiness. Shakiness. Get rid of that. And confident line would be more like boom. You know what I mean? Very, very confident line, and I would see that too. I would see that a lot in. I would see it a lot in like experience. I would see. Where I would see it the most? I would see it the most when I was caricaturing. When I was doing caricatures in a theme park, you would see some guys that would have really like. You can tell who was a beginner because their lines were like that, like disconnected and weird and shaky. And then you'd see the guys with, really, thick to thin, confident line art. You know what I mean? And again, that's just a time thing, an instructional thing. The speed ups, like I said, do a bunch of circles. Here's one I always say. I even said it in that other video. Make 2 dots, whether it be a marker, whatever you're using, and try to connect them in one shot. Ooh, snap! See how it falls? Pull it first. Dang, a little bit over, but put that all over the page. Do that. That speeds it up. That really like. This is like my exercise. Like, boom, I do that a lot. Whoops. Dang. One more time. See, it went over. Whatever. And you do that to kind of, these are like the same as my warm-up exercises, you know, so these are in other videos. I say them a lot. What's one more exercise that I could think about? Oh, the other one I really like, actually, that helps a lot would be, I told you, and this one I've done, it's on the other video, draw like an abstract shape, and then darken up that shape. You know? Just kind of darken that up. Try to keep it as clean as you can. And darken that whole thing. Another thing, and I've said this before, turn your paper. I don't know why nobody, sorry, I was going to say a bad word. I don't know why nobody ever says that. Turn your paper, because I'm right-handed, right? I'm drawing not so much, I mean, you know, obviously I'm using my wrist, but it's not, most of it is like my elbow. You know what I mean? When I'm a lot of it is my elbow. I'm doing this is a combination of my wrist and elbow. And when you're, you know, the best thing would be drawn from your shoulder, but that's like on larger stuff. But with like smaller things, I tend to draw from wrist and elbow. Like not so much, like most people only do the wrist. You know, you gotta do the elbow as well. Bring the elbow into it. You know, and turn the dang paper, you know? Because curves like this, for me, because I'm right-handed, are going to be way easier than curves like, you know, that go back the other direction. You know what I mean? Unless I have to be precise about that. I'm gonna turn that paper, you know what I mean? The way it's natural for me. Don't fight your body. You know what I mean? A lot of people do that. Anyways, that's about it, guys. I wanted to kind of go through that. So the short answer is do more. Draw every day. You know what I mean? Until it's gone. That's beginner stuff. Draw every day, hammer it out, and it'll go away so fast you'll have no idea. If you still have it, that means you're probably drawing like once a week or once every 2 weeks. If you really can't get rid of it, man, email me. Like, give me a private message. I don't, you know, I want to figure out what you're doing. Then if you're drawing every day and it's still not going away, I don't know. You know, like I said, it's just a matter of the muscles on your hand adjusting, and that's that hand-eye coordination where you and your hand kind of, it's doing what you want it to do. You know what I mean? All right. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.